Hello out there, YouTube, Twitch, Streamland. I hope you all are enjoying your day. Gonna pull up the stream, make sure I can be heard all right. So if you didn't know, I also do a prep with Fantasy Grounds Unity for Dungeons and Dragons. So if there's something you'd be interested in, you can search the YouTube. Also, I do that on Tuesdays. I touched a little bit on RPG philosophy in my last D&D prep, so I want to do it really quick. Don't want to bore those who watch both, but Starfinder is, the way I like to describe it, it is Guardians of the Galaxy with magic. So you have magic users, wizards who can cast fireballs and lightning bolts, but they can also hack into a robot with a spell or break into a computer with a spell. It's sort of a merging of the two. You have flashlights, but instead of using batteries, there's a spell, a magic inside it that turns the light on it and uses the light. Things like that. Very cool. Starships, lasers, robots, dwarves, elves, trolls, orcs, undead, skeletons, zombies, mummies. So dragons. It's a nice marrying of the two worlds, fantasy and science fiction, magic. They do a great job. Um, and the whole concept of any role-playing game is to have fun. And so that's what I'm doing here is doing my best to prepare the world so that my players will enjoy themselves. Hey Dan. Dan Dazzle has joined us, everybody. If you haven't subscribed to Dan Dazzle, go to twitch.tv/Dan_Dazzle and follow him. I'll go ahead and pause the video and go do it right now. I'll wait. Welcome back. You will not regret following him. He's a great streamer and he's nice variety. Great guy. So you'll see a lot of what I do is very meticulous. Um, adds a little bit here and there to the story, to like things like images. These things aren't necessary. Uh, you can sit around a table with nothing besides your character sheets and dice, and just tell the story. Use your imagination to run the combats and the dice rolls and things like that. It can all be done on, it's called theater of the mind. But with Fantasy Grounds Unity, we have all of these different tools that are available to us, and it just makes it, I find, a little bit more enjoyable. With me, I could do theater of the mind and be happy, but a lot of my players, role playing isn't anywhere near as high a priority as it is with me, and so they're just sort of here, there. Some of them have been dragged kicking and screaming into it and do it just to because I've asked them to. Um, whereas there are a couple of them like me who are really into it and really enjoy it. Um, so I do my best to improve the experience of those, no matter where they fall in to that range. Um, and that's what this is all about. So if you have questions, you have comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Join me live. I'm usually right around 10:30ish on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I'll be happy to step aside from what I'm doing and show you. So speaking of what I'm doing, let's go ahead and get into that. We are on the 19th floor of a skyscraper. I determined it was a call center type scenario. So you've got all these desks, and you've got these ghosts. They're wandering around, still doing. They spent 40 to 50 hours a week in here, 352 weeks out of the year, and so now that they've died, they are now stuck doing the same thing over and over and over. And so we had some oozes in the kitchen, and I don't mean that metaphorically. There were literal oozes that attacked them out here in the break room, as one does. Anybody who has been part of a large company or any kind of company that has a break room with more than 10 people that use it, or more than one refrigerator, if they do not have a cleaning service, this is not that much of a stretch. You can attest that having an ooze in the refrigerator is not that big of a shock. And not only is there that avoid ooze, there's also the ferrofluid ooze as well. So two different type of oozes in a fridge. We have bathrooms, and then we have the call center floor. So again, do we need all these things? Do we need bathrooms? Do we need all the specifics? No, you don't. But I set it up that way because I like being particular. So I think I'm going to leave it that way. I don't think I'm going to go. I was toying with the idea of making some of the ghosts mean, malevolent, and have them attack. But instead, I'm thinking I'm just going to let it go like that. So that brings us to the 21st/22nd floor. That ferrofluid ooze, though. Hey, it's Mantha. Welcome, welcome. Mantha, if you haven't followed Dan Dazzle, you should check him out. He's pretty cool. Mantha is one of my players from the Dungeons and the Dragons. So maybe you guys can help me out here. On the 21st/22nd floor, my plan is to have, not planning on staying for long, but I'm hosting you. Woohoo! Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the host very much. Dan followed Mantha. Nice. There you go, Mantha. So now you have to follow Dan. That's just the way things go. If he follows you, you have to follow him. So the 21st and 22nd floor of this skyscraper are actually going to be combined. So it's actually one floor with no huge 20-foot high ceilings. And I'm trying to figure out what to put in there. I was thinking maybe a recreation type thing where they have, and I followed Dan. See, there you go. Bringing the Twitch community together as one in harmony. Thinking of bringing it to making it like a recreational thing where they have like a rock climbing section and one thing where they another place where they might have anti-grav, like a laser tag. So it's just an obstacle course that they can anti-grav, and then they have these little lasers that they can shoot at each other for recreation. Or just have like an obstacle course set up where it's low gravity and they're moving around. Hey, Flamers, 212, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Doing a little Starfinder today. So if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt. I'll be happy to answer them. Starfinder is my favorite role-playing game. Uh, Dungeons and Dragons is much more known, but I prefer Starfinder, the setting and everything else. So we're talking about ideas for this skyscraper. They're in an ancient skyscraper that's been abandoned for a couple hundred years. Over here wondering where the magnet is for that ooze. Yeah, so this, I don't know if you saw my map, but we're in like I said, an old skyscraper, but this floor is the call center floor. There you go. And these oozes, there's that feral ooze, and there's also a void ooze living in the refrigerators. So there's 4 refrigerators, 2 each on these 2 different oozes. I'll close this off. So they're going to be in the break room. And Atomic has shown up as well. Boy, we've got a party going on today in the Sven Zone. Party in the Sven Zone. Welcome, welcome. So that was my last floor. So now they're going to move up in the floor above this. Sounds like your avid break room. See? I was saying the same thing earlier. Absolutely. Um, so right above this, when they want to go for a break, they can just take the elevator or the stairs up and go to the huge 2-story floor. And you guys have any ideas on what they would do in a futuristic setting for this type of thing? Like I said, I'm thinking either like a low grab obstacle course where they're climbing and going up, or rock climbing, or maybe even laser tag, where there are different obstacles in a zero grab location section of the room. Of course, then again, we then have to determine what monsters are there. Okay, so we have our skyscraper. I'm curious, if it's abandoned, what's this skyscraper for? So what had happened was, this is the city, Istamak, and it's floating above, like what did the employees do? Um, so this is the only skyscraper in this city, this old abandoned city. All the other buildings are at most 2 stories or so. So this is, I'm envisioning this to be the business hub. This is exactly what they tell us. It says many of the auxiliary businesses, accounting firms, architectural firms, marketing agencies, and the like had their offices in the skyscrapers south of the park. This towering edifice was 80 stories tall, and left untouched by the current people who live there because they fear the height. That's all they tell us. So this is, like I said, accounting, architectural, marketing. It's an office building, exactly. Yep. So I had a floor already down below that was nothing but a workout. So around the outside of the floor was a running track, and then I had a calisthenics room, and then a room with bikes and treadmills, and then I had a room with weights, and then I had 4 racquetball courts, and then a room that was a class, and the hologram forced them to do like a Zumba class, or it would shock them every time they didn't do the class or if they got the moves wrong. I've also had several office buildings, um, floors where there were just smaller offices that they worked their way through. So I'm changing things up a bit, and I want to have my ideas the 21st and 22nd floor. They have to sort through HR to find a key card or something. Exactly. Yep. But again, this was hundreds of years ago. So now it's all empty, besides ghosts and robots that have been gone insane after hundreds of years of not having any social interactions at all. They've had a couple different cleaning robots where as soon as they stepped into the room, they've contaminated the room, and a robot had freaked out because it's dirtying the room. Um, so on the 22nd floor, I'm trying to figure out a way. This is like the recreational room. Um, I'm gonna have like a mall floor as well, and then also a food floor, so like a food court. Um, I'm not having them go through every floor because that's just crazy. And they are trying to track down this group of people anyway. So the longer they use in here, the more time they use in here, then the less time they're using somewhere else. They're supposed to be chasing this group down. Okay. So I'm looking for my blank skyscraper. Here it is, blank skyscraper floor plan. So what I've been doing is I've been building off of this. Um, this was not one I used. So this one here, here's the turn off the line of sight. This is the one they're on now. They're getting ready to leave. What I was telling you about, it's the workout room, the workout floor. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you're going to trust me here on a second. Let me switch. This mouse is being weird. So give me just a second, folks. I'm going to change mice. I want to show you guys a close-up of my blue shirt. Exciting stuff here. This is what Twitch quality Twitch streaming is all about. Okay, let's try this again. So there you go. This is the exercise room floor I was telling you about. It's got the track. It's got the treadmills. It's got the equipment. It's got the racquetball courts. It's got the showers, lockers, sinks. This is the exercise Zumba room where they were forced to do the Zumba routine. And in here, there was this guy who was the cleaner robot who freaked out. And this was the trainer robot who was nice and friendly until they hit the robot attacked them because the cleaning robot did because they were putting depressions in the floor as they walked and dirtying, sullying the air with their breath. Keeping in mind, this has spent the last 300 years cleaning this room that no one's been in. So it's now become anal retentive. So the trainer robot was just trying to get them to do some sort of training routine. And then when this guy hits them, they attack it back, obviously. So that then engages the training robot. Oh, you are damaging equipment. You have to be stopped. So they ended up fighting both robots, as one does. So that's the 16th floor. Um, and if you look at some of the other things I've done, you can some of the other videos there, see how I did that. So here's the 21st, 22nd floor in all its empty glory. Quality content. Yep, that's right. Nothing but quality content here on the Spend Zone. So we're going to start with some walls. I'm going to separate. So I think I'm just going to have one, like, divide it into different quadrants. Um, I like the idea of having this one over here be like a laser tag. And when they step in, they're going to step into a small room where there's these windows where you would have grabbed your equipment. And then if they go through the second door, then everything's going to come to life and whoosh, going to have all these lights and lasers and sound effects, and it's going to look like holographic, floating in space and asteroids, and they're going to have to figure out what the heck is going on. Got to head out now. Glad to pop in for a minute. Well, hey, Mantha, thank you so much for stopping by. Um, I appreciate it. So to do that, so how do we draw a map, Sven? Well, it's pretty easy. Well, I won't say it's easy, but it's not that difficult. It's more time consuming than anything else. So we've got our map open. We're going to zoom in just a smidge. I like to start with the floors. Actually, no, I'm going to start with the walls. Well, let's divide up the rooms first. We've got our if I haven't said hi to Atomic, hello Atomic. I meant to earlier if I didn't already. And I know for sure I didn't shout out to Atomic. So if you guys, you know the drill. We did it with Dan Dazzle already. So if you haven't already, Atomic_Hero Squad, all one word. Pause this video right now. Go to twitch.tv/Atomic_Hero Squad. Follow him. Go ahead and do that. We'll wait. Welcome back. So now you're following two quality streamers, Dan Dazzle and Atomic Hero Squad. Plus you're following me too. So up here we type in wall. Make sure right now I have token selected. We want to make sure we select all. Otherwise, just going to get tokens. So let's go ahead and search through our walls so we can build them up. So now the question is, what kind of walls do we want in our futuristic building? Lots of different choices here. The stone wall is pretty cool. I think I'm going to go back to some of my, and that wasn't bad. I'm going to go with the black. I like the dark. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we're going to make this a layer on it in and of itself. So you can see the floor here is all its own layer. Go to layer. We will go to new layer. So we want the height to be, we'll say start with 1, see what that looks like. Nope, we don't want it. If you lock it, it's just a square. What we want is a tiny thin line. So we'll try 2. There you go. See, you got a thin line. Now we'll draw with the brush. Try that again, shall we? 2 by 8. There we go. See, I was close. Now we'll draw with the brush. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. So there's our wall. It works. Yay. Control Z. All right. So now we zoom in. Is it the right thickness? It is thick. All right. So we're going to say this laser tag room is going to be pretty darn big. So we're going to have it be, we're going to have a room. So the concept is your team goes into your like little locker slash equipment room, gets geared up, goes into this area. The other team does the same thing down below. So we're going to have 2 small offices and this big open area. So this whole floor is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 80 feet long. So why not? We'll keep it 80 feet long. We'll go 40 feet wide with a small 10 by 10 office room, starting room here. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 40 feet wide. We have our doors. So then we start here. So when you're drawing a wall, you notice where the cursor is, the little quill points to. That's where you're going to start drawing your wall, not just ignore the shape. Okay, so it's crooked as all get out. And if you don't know what all get out is, trust me, it's crooked. So we're going to zoom in a little bit, and this time we're going to use the arrow key. So we go click, and then we just go boink, 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 straight on down. Again, leaving a 5-foot gap for our door on the bottom. Click, and escape. So now we have our wall. Quick, easy, simple wall. All right, so now we're going to draw our rooms. So we're going to put our wall right here. We go clickety, 1, over, click again, and now we go down. Doof, doof, clickety, escape. So what are the holes for? Holes are for doors, baby. And now we do the opposite up here. One, 2, click, over, click, escape. Boom. So now we have our walls. So our floors, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the color. I don't care. The floors right now look okay like this. So we're going to go to, let's finish our walls here first. We're going to change the name of this to walls so that people see I have outer wall, this is a floor, this is the wall. Okay. So if I need to mess with it, I'm going to put the floors down, for example. We'll make sure they are under these walls. Okay, so we're going to move over. So here's our laser tag room. It's going to have a big graphic on the wall as you're walking down the hallway toward it, describing it. Any other ideas of what you would find in this huge 20-foot high ceilinged area in a futuristic society that they would do for recreation? I'm thinking rock climbing, laser tag, maybe even an obstacle course with low grav. Any other ideas, folks? Got the laser tag. Let's see. Come on. Click game consoles. There you go. Awesome. Don't know that we would need 2 floors. I know what I'll do is I'll have a stairway and just have balconies of gaming consoles and stuff. Good idea. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank you. Skydiving. It's only 20 feet though. So um, we're gonna have the VR, of course. There's gonna be small little rooms of VR uh, for gaming. So if they want to skydive, then they can put on the headsets and pretend to skydive, stuff like that. So, all right, let's see. Trying to find out dimensions of my room here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8. So it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. All right, I like that idea a lot. The gaming consoles is excellent. Um, the haven't given up on the skydiving yet. Let me think about that for a minute. See, I said, because you could very easily simulate that with holographs and anti-grav and stuff, but we'll see. Let me think about that for a moment. All right, so we're gonna have I'm gonna actually leave this open. I'm gonna have this is the rock climbing place. We're gonna leave this open, and we're gonna go about another 80 feet. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's go 50 feet wide of rocks. And you're like, but Sven, how in the world are you gonna draw rocks in a skyscraper? Well, I'm glad you asked, and I'll be happy to show you here in just a minute. So we have our rock climbing place, and so going off your gaming console thing, we could also have little hollow suites where they're just like little holographic rooms. You step in and you can do pretty much anything you want. So let's have this one be a small section of hollow suites. So draw on a wall, click, escape. We'll give them big double doors to get in. And we're going to have little 10 by 10 rooms. Whoa, whoa, whoa. drawing some walls on our little holosuites, and this one will be like for a group. So if you have more or a couple, maybe they want to do something as a couple. So now we have a bigger one. There we go. All right. So now our game room. Let's have our gaming floor be huge. It's also going to be open. So all we need is some stairs. So we'll throw some stairs in here in just a minute. So the rest, this entire area right here is going to be nothing but gaming consoles. 2 floors of gaming floors. And then, so that leaves us with these 2 areas. This is our rock climbing place. So we'll have this be our obstacle course over here. All right, so we're done. Now we just need, so now let's start with, everybody was asking me about the walls. How are we going to do rock walls? Well, that's actually one of the easier things to do. So give me just a moment. I'm looking for, I think that's one of them. There's these outside mountains that I'm looking for. They may not be considered walls though, so I'm not sure exactly where to find them. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, so here's our walls. This is what I was looking for. So we take this. We're still in our walls section, and that's fine because it's still considered a wall. We'll take this. We'll throw it in here. Boom. And then what we do is we change the color. So we're going to go with like a greenish. Go with like a greenish. Maybe a little lighter. There we go. And then we'll, so this is 1 by 1. What's it look like right now when we draw it? Yoink. So we want it a little thicker than that. Control Z. Actually, we're going to start with this. So we zoom into our special, say okay, special rock wall room and see, okay, it is correct. So now we start here. What? Dude. Gotcha, I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, boom. So since it's on the outside edge, you start right in the middle of the square. And then it draws it on the outside of the square. See? So you're saying, but dude, that looks like a, okay, a hedge or a shrubbery. So just calm down. We'll get there. What happened to my bottom row? Come on, man. All right, you're killing me here, folks. All right, there we go. There we go. Using the arrow key. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. So you want to make sure you click again. So that's what I'm doing wrong. Sorry, guys. Try this one more time. Click, arrow key across, and then the important part, click again. Okay, now. So now you're like, dude, it's just green. You're right, it is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to layer it a little bit, change the color. We're going to make it a little lighter, just a little bit lighter now, just a little bit lighter now. And we're going to bring it down, the opacity, so it's a little bit see-through. Okay. And then we're going to zoom out so I can see what the heck I'm doing. So now we'll add this. Whoop, hello. Offset a bit from the other one. So we get a little bit of this like layered effect. Hold on, let me go up. Clickety. A little too layered. Let's go back down a little bit. Now again, dang it, I forgot to hit enter. Click. And then once you draw it, click, then escape. So now we have this dual layered effect as we're looking at the wall. And then we're going to pick a different wall. Let's go with, let's do the opposite one here. So we'll take him, throw him in, boof. And then we'll go with the color. And this time we'll go just a little, let's see. We're actually going to leave it that color and we're just going to bring down the opacity again. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. We flip it over. So now we're doing the same thing, but now we have our third color here. You can see it's very light. Click. So as we add these layers, so it gives us like a rocky exterior. There's one other place I want to check because this isn't exactly what I want. This isn't quite what I was looking for. Here we go. This is something. Is it the right something? I'm not so sure that it is, but there we go. So this will work for a rock wall, and then we're going to throw some shadows on there and stuff. But the other thing I wanted to look for is, let's see. What is it listed as a cliff? Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So we have a couple different choices here. Right here, we're gonna go with this one. Boom. It's in the middle, okay. So we're gonna, so again, we could change the size. So we're gonna change the size of this one. So we'll do both and see which one we think looks better. We're gonna make this too high. Let's go with 2.5, 2.5 high. All right, and we're going to change it, make it a little bit more greener. Because that matches the rest of our scale, our color scheme here. So let's give it a shot and see what this looks like. I'm going to do a line, go down. All right, so I don't like the color, not digging the color. So let's go down to about here. There we go, it's better. Okay. So now we go here, we go click. We're drawing, we're drawing, we're drawing. So I think I'm going to change the color just because it just looks like shrubbery. So if you zoom in, you can see it is rock, but the other idea I had is to make it bigger. Let's go with 5. Again, not digging the color, so let's go to get this green out of here. All right, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. We're going to bring this down a bit. Oops, click the wrong clicker. So let's go ahead and bring down the opacity. Do about that, okay. So now as we draw, let's see what it looks like. All right, so it's looking better. Let's Control Z that, make it less transparent. Now we're gonna flip it, flip, and then we're gonna draw it again, and this will make it darker. Okay, so we don't want it to be exactly the same, so we're going to change this to 4. What this does is it'll vary how the what it looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm just building up these layers of semi-transparent rock. We're going to make this, hey Drake, I'm trying to build a rock wall in a futuristic building. And I'm no Josh Watma, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Changing down the opacity. Where all else fails, lower the opacity. Words to live by right there. Let's see. Is it the right way? It is. All right. Don't know what happened there. Try it again. Control Z. I'm going to bring it down just a smidge, and we're also going to make it a little smaller because it's a little bit less wide. So we'll change it to, instead of 2, we're going to go 1.7. There we go. It's closer to what I was looking for. All right, so as you're looking at this thing, got ourselves a rock wall. Is it perfect? No, but it works. So now we're going to get out of this one, go to our layers, bring down the painting underneath the wall. Okay, so why isn't walls aren't shining through like I wanted them to, but it's okay. So now we want to work on our floors. Watch out for 2,000 occluder losses. Trees, that's right. Lock everything up, that's for sure. So we want to do our floors now. So we're going to go to our layers. We're going to add a painting layer. So this is going to end up being below everything. Wait a second, what is this? Well, that's our original floor. So we'll leave our original floor alone. So for our laser tag room, we will just change the color of the floor and leave it that design. And by the way, since Drake Takes is here, if you haven't followed Drake Takes, it's all one word, DRAKE Takes, TAKES. Pause this video, go to twitch.tv/Drake Takes and follow him. I will wait. Welcome back. He is a lot of D&D, big time D&D, live play D&D, good stuff. Several different groups. Always funny. He's one of the better DMs I've ever had the joy of playing games. He's amazing. And lots of inspiration for me as well. So getting back to our floor, the easiest way to do that is forget what we just did. We're going to trash that actually. I'm going to go to Effects. And we're going to go to Add Effect. And we're going to just simply, let's see, Effects. There we go. There are lots of cool things now. We're just going to simply adjust the color. And we want this to be, it's going to be pretty dark. We're going to turn down the brightness. Oops, that's up. Okay, down the brightness. I actually like that. That's a pretty cool color right there. And then we're going to go here to Enable Mask. And then we're going to Reveal Area. And we're going to start with a square, or rectangle rather. If I can remember my basic shapes. Poof. And then poof. So it's set in an asteroid field environment anyway. I'm going to turn up the brightness just a smidge, guys. There we go. Perfect. So there's our zero grav or light gravity laser tag room. We're going to add some rocks in there to simulate asteroids. All right, and then, so this is the, we can change it. Good. So this is the laser room. Now we're going to add an effects layer. Again, this is going to be colors. There we go. So this is going to be our our main walkway, our main area here is going to be, I think I'm going to keep the same style. Again, just change the color. So let's change this to like a blue, turn the blue up, make it darker. There we go. All right, so the grid's bugging me. I'm not liking the grid, so we're going to turn down this grid. There we go. Much easier on the eye, as your eyes give a sigh of relief. Okay, so there's the majority of our carpet slash floor common area is a blue. Abadi abada. All right, so this is going to be called main floor. And we're going to throw this puppy. We're going to put the laser room down here above the floor. Uh-oh. It got buried here, so we got to find it. Gots to find it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is, laser room. Now we got to bring it all the way up. Up, up, up. So you can see there's a lot of stuff. Probably could have done this easier, but it works, so I'm leave it alone. Why fix something that's not broke? Boom. Boom. There we go. All right, so why isn't this, is it, there we go. All right, so now the main floor we will bring down as well. Boom, there we go. Perfect. So now we still have our walk wall and everything else. What is up with the laser room? Why does it keep getting darker? So we're going to go here to our effects tab, turn up the brightness. All right, so now we go back to our layers. So we want to adjust the change the floors in here. So that's actually going to be pretty easy. What I'm just going to do here is I'm going to go to the effects. I'm going to hide area. I'm just going to hide this room. Okay, maybe not. I've got my main floor selected. Oh, the enable mask isn't on. So let's enable mask. That's what it was doing. It was adding that color to my laser tag room. That's why it was dark. Okay, gotcha. All right, so now we're going to reveal the walkway here. So there's your blue carpet. We're going to slide over so we can see what we're doing. We're revealing this whole area as well. And this is our game room down up above. So that's going to be part of the main floor as well. So we'll just go like this. Boom. Turn down the brightness on this blue. And let's see, make it a little bit more green, a little more red. All right, so now we have our floors. I'm gonna go to grass. Change things up a little bit on our rock climbing area. I think what I'm going to do, actually, let's go ahead and go back to cliff. And let's add some of this. Let's go to our layers and we're going to add a painting layer. What is this? What painting layer is this? Turn it off. All right, so this one doesn't have anything in it yet, so we're going to go ahead and add the, we're going to go to painting. So we're going to go with, I think this one should work pretty well. I'm just going to change it just a smidge on the color scheme here. I want it to be a little bit more brown, so let's go with more red, shall we? There we go. A little lighter red, lighter, lighter, still. There we go. I like it. What does it look like when we draw it? There we go. Looking good, looking good. Control Z. And what's the rule? Oh, oops, the rule is don't hit reset when you don't want to reset. There we go. Click OK. And when all else fails, lower the opacity. There we go. So what we're going to try here is we're going to do a little island. Smart rule, absolutely. And we're just going to draw a little island of climbingness. Poof. And then we're going to come in a little bit and do it again. Do it again. Do it again. There we go. So the concept of this weirdness here, and we're going to make the top just sort of this weird mess on purpose. There we go. Is that this is a sort of like a climbing island that they can mess around on, in addition to the outer wall. Is it perfection? No. Is it close enough for the mind's eye to understand what's happening? I think so. So, climbing room, climbers all along the outside or climbers up in the middle. And they can get to the top of this thing, maybe even doing like a king of the hill type thing. And then the floor is simply going to be a grass. We're going to make this a different layer. This is the, come on, I want to change you. Change your name. This is the climbing island. And now we're going to go to add another layer, add a painting layer. This is the climbing room floor. So we're going to take the grass, we're going to throw it in here, boom. I don't mind the color actually, we're going to leave the color there. The size is 1 by 1, so that's one of these. Let's make it bigger, let's go with 3 by 3. We go to stamp and we go boop. All right, so it comes in a little bit. It doesn't actually go all the way to the exact edge. So we're going to try this. Change it to too high. Eight wide. Okay. Now we go to the selection. We're going to move this guy up. Slide him out a little bit. use Control to fine-tune the movement so it doesn't lock it to the grid. Same thing, make this guy a little bit bigger. Fine-tune it by holding Control. And now we're going to take this guy, go to a painting layer, go to our climbing room floor painting layer, slap him in. We're going to make him 1, 2, 3, it's 8, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, it's 8 by 5. 8 wide. Well, what's going on here, folks? 8 wide. Not going to lock the aspect by 5. And I'm going to go 8.2 wide. Oops. Escape. Stamp. 8.3. And you're like, Sven, you just covered up all your hard work. Yes, I did. But watch this. Go to our layers. Bring the sucker down below everything. Boom. And look at there. See? So we have we need to bring up the climbing island up above the climbing room floor. And up above these guys. There you go. So now we have our climbing walls. We have our climbing island. We have like a grassy looking floor. So let's see if we turn this off, what does it look like? You know what, I like that better. So we'll take this, we'll go bye-bye, bye-bye. There we go. We're just gonna keep it like that. I like that better than that weird grass thing. That did not work out like I liked it to. This looks like grass. Very nice. Okay, cool. All right, so thanks everybody for stopping by. Today is Wednesday. We have a 10 o'clock showing tonight at 10 to midnight. So stop on by, say hello to my son and my brother as the three of us mess around and doing some D&D shenanigans. And if you want to see how this plays out, not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday, we'll be doing this on Starfinder. And we do Starfinder at 5:30 on Sundays till 8. So a couple quick hours. Make sure you like, subscribe, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.